indigestion and poisoning lasts for a short time. Well, I'm sorry to say this, but I mean, because of that alone, dude, Alright, we are here today with a little banger titled Help Will Come Tomorrow. This plays out very similar to a camp survival strategy management game. I would kind of go as far as saying, and maybe even comparing it to Dead in Bermuda. If you guys were around when I played Dead in Bermuda years and years ago, the gameplay is very similar to that. You essentially have a couple of survivors, you're supposed to assign tasks, go out and explore, events happen, hopefully you're prepared for the events, if not, bad things come about. Now, whereas Dead in Bermuda was more of a fantasy setting game, this is actually all historically relevant, in that it takes place, I believe, in pre-Bolshevik Russia, 1917, and it centers around the October Revolution. We barely escaped death.
Can you hear the shots? They're killing other survivors.
This is a replay from Zamyansky Square. The Tsar supporters are opening fire to the proletarians.
You are talking nonsense. They are just robbers or deserters. Don't talk so loudly because they'll hear us.
We've run a long way. I think we can take a rest here, and the snow will cover our traces. By the way, the gunshots that we saw in the cutscene sounded so good in surround audio, I thought people were literally blatting outside of my apartment complex. I mean, I live in the hood, unfortunately, so whenever I hear gunshots, I'm kind of like, whoa, what the hell's happening? I thought it was literally out there. Let's start. Over here we got shelter. Obviously, we're tired, and also just really tired, really. We'll come over here and rest. Quarantine point if we get sick. Put those people in quarantine so they don't infect others. We have a workshop to create our tools. We have campfire to keep us warm. However, the more campfire you have, the more you're visible, so the more you're prone to negative events. And over here you have like a fence to kind of abstain from having too many negative things happen over time. And here's our characters. We got Hungry. She's in shock. He's also in shock. Hungry. This guy's sick. Unfortunately, we have to probably quarantine your ass here as soon as possible. And Hungry as well. And if we click on their portrait, we can learn a little bit more about their relation with each other, who they get along with, who they don't, based on their social classes and whatever. So let's start off by, first and foremost, I would say the campfire is very important for us. So let's go and remove the snowbag. It's going to cost us 1 action point. If we had a tool, I guess, I believe if you have a tool, there's a chance of not costing an action point sometimes. But it's a RNG type of dice roll. Let's start off in having you remove that because you got 3 action points for this turn. Let's go ahead and unsnow. As you saw right there, she got sleepy, so she's a bit tired. We'll probably need that shelter. What we're doing right now is removing the snow around here, but we're also getting a couple of extra items we'll be using to create some things as well. So it's very useful, even if you're not planning to create that certain workshop yet. It's nice to at least clear it out so you get a couple of extra items for yourself. Okay, so now, if she was to make the campfire alone, it would take her 3 action points. She doesn't have that. If I use somebody else, it'll be 1 point each, so that's what we want to go with. But you also have to take into consideration whether she'll get along with the person that we put her with, because if they don't, there's a chance that it might fail, you'll lose your supplies, and you won't create the campfire. Let's remove her from the equation, actually, and let's put you, because you're at 3 points, and we'll put you along with this boy right here. Okay, and now we're looking for wood. If we click this over here, we can use different type of supplies for that as long as it kind of like, fits the agenda, right? So we're looking just for 5 pieces of wood. Some of them have multipliers too, but right now we're looking for just this, so I'll go with sticks. And we're looking for tools to make this happen. Luckily for us, we have stones which can indeed fit this equation, so there you are. Let's go ahead and hopefully make this happen. Alright. They both got tired, but there was a momentary handshake, so I believe their trust in each other went up. And we've learned some qualities about them as well. This will kind of reveal itself depending on the stuff they do. So we got weaker in her regard. This character is weak and gets tired quicker. Not something you want to see. Handyman. This character knows the makeshift. All camp structures built and developed by it have higher quality. Ooh, nice. So this lets us build cheap, but still have a certain higher quality. Probably not solid quality, but very close to it at the very least. So that's actually a very good one. Let's go off and clear out a couple more of these areas so we get some more supplies. So let's do the shelter next. That'll be also very important for us. So who's going to do this one for us? You're weak, so let's not have you do a lot of manual labor for us. Let's have this boy work on unsnowing this and hopefully get us a couple of extra supplies. We got some bark of some kind, more rocks, good. I was hoping for a bit more, but hey. Now, we're making the shelter right now. I mean, can we? That's the solid one, which is now what we're looking for. We're looking for makeshift. We would need 10 needles. So this one's asking for needles in particular. Nothing else that'll take place of it, so we don't have that. We'll have to wait. Let's go off and clear off the quarantine point. She got a mushroom of some kind. I mean, that's the last thing I want to do is start dropping some caps here. I think we might be able to unsnow, so the fencing area. Oh, 5 needles is actually really good. So if we're close to 10, we could probably get that shelter up and running. And let's get you out of there for now. Let's see here. Supplies will be here. Oh, we still need 4 more. Let's see. Yeah, we can unsnow you too. Alright, buddy. I'm gonna have you do this. Just get me 4 more needles, I believe? Yeah, we have 6. Feather... bark? Oh, not what I was looking for. And he's focused. This character likes repetitive actions. It increases his morale when performing the same actions in a row. Okay, so we made you maybe our blacksmith or tool maker. The more of those, the more of that you do, your morale will go up. Okay, good to know. You're in yellow hunger, so let's probably feed you. Do we have food? I'm not sure if poisonous mushroom, that's probably the last thing I want to feed you right now. You got berries. It's a slight decrease. Let's go ahead and give you this berry. It brought it down from yellow at least, so that's going to have to do. I'm not sure how we handle the shock just yet, but guess I'll figure it out over time. Let's add some fuel to the fire, and bark's only a 1-1. Needles we need to build, so let's not do that. I guess we'll probably use the sticks here. A rag could be used for something else, so let's go with sticks here. So, how many in particular? I mean, toss all of them in there. Oh, only 1 gives me 10%. Camp visibility went up, obviously. Let me do 1 more. I guess that'll do. It's a 20%. You know, just toss that in there. We're kind of above the 50% visibility, but I'm hoping not to get anybody else sick by being too cold. Now here comes the nighttime portion where you have to... You basically open up different topics, and you learn stuff about them, and actions happen, events happen, yada yada yada. So, let's start off with having people introduce each other. Get friendlier that way. I'm cold, get me out of here. Can I serve some caviar? Oh, you're gonna be a smartass about this, huh? I repent such speaking. Yeah, not a really good way to start off, huh? Easy, miss. A bit of humor would do no harm in this situation. Humor? I'm frozen to the bone. Please do something. My poor Viera, she would bring me food now, and she would brew chai with arak. But those butchers, oh my poor Viera, and Aunt Natska. Crying won't bring them back to life. You should worry about yourself now. Okay, well, at least that brought up the approval a little bit. Why did we leave St. Petersburg? We should have stayed at the estate of Prince Yuchansky. Oh, Auntie, I should have accepted his proposal. Alright. Let's see. Let's do Siergigs. Oh, I'm gonna mispronounce that one pretty badly. Siergigs introduction. Are you coming back from the front, soldier? Me? I'm not a soldier. Is it perhaps a scholar or a priest? The farmhand would not be in the train compartment. I admit that in our situation I would be very happy to have any military presence. This is the past. My division ceased to exist. When the Bolsheviks came to power, they will withdraw all troops from the front. And when the idea is instilled in the proletariat of other countries, no war will be necessary. Do you think they will come to power without a fight? Pacifist. So if he was a soldier, he's apparently also a pacifist. Kind of a conflict of interest there. This character avoids quarrels and tries to soften any disputes. Okay, so that should be helpful in case people start going at each other's throats. The war will probably never end. Only the battlefields and banners change.
War never changes.
And camp morale went a little bit low. Likeable, though. This character is the soul of the party. The friendship of other characters towards it increases constantly. And she's also honest. The trust of others towards this character is constantly increasing. She's got very good things in terms of, like, party member-wise, but strength-wise, making actions, not so good. This guy's messy. This character does not work precisely. The quality of its construction is lower, and the credit of others is constantly decreasing. In return, when making the makeshift, action its morale grows, and after a large action has a chance to regain AP. Well, he was going to be our tools maker. I believe he had that one skill, right? But if he's messy, that could also be a problem. Starveling. Hunger, this character increases faster than the others, so that's terrible. Sickly. This character has poor immunity. Better be careful. Alright, you're not making this easier for me. Everybody's just like completely red and starving now. I'm sorry, boys. Edible roots and moss it is. So you get hungry fast, right? If we could just bring you down to a yellow, it'd be nice. So can you please... Okay, she's at a yellow, but now she has indigestion. Very, very good. We'll lose some morale at nighttime. Great. Boyo? Iron stomach. This character can digest almost anything. Indigestion and poisoning lasts for a short time. Well... I'm sorry to say this, but... I mean, because of that alone, dude, Oh, he didn't get sick from it. Perfect. Iron stomach, thank you. Let's go out. Let's do an expedition here. So over here, it'll tell us, like, if it's easy, danger levels. We also will find out what kind of resources we have so we can come back eventually. Let's send an expedition out here. I'm gonna go with, Going out might make you even hungry. You're near red, that could be a problem. You're weak. So I'm gonna send her. I mean, maybe because he's hungry, it'll probably give him more of an incentive to find something. You're starving after all, right? I think if we could find stuff on the field, we could also use it on the go, I think. So you know what, let's just send both of them together here. We have no tools, unfortunately, to send you off with, so it is what it is. Let's send them off. So, we have insignificant danger level, easy, safe, average, and easy. I like the idea of safe. We'll have you guys come over here. And let's do youngster by the tracks. Let's do a search. We can hopefully find some items. Sometimes you'll trigger events as well. Here we have found some cones. Bugs, which is food. Might have to do. Needles, perfect. We need a couple more of those to make that shelter. And sticks. We'll take everything here for now. And we're done. Off in the train, it's dangerous. Yeah, I would imagine the people who are perpetrators are still around that area. Average, risky, easy. Let's go off to easy then. And let's do a covered thicket. Let's do a search over here. If I could find a place that gives me like a lot of food over... No, we got an event. You venture deeper into the taiga and search for suitably dry branches when you suddenly hear a sinister sound. You stop, close your eyes, try to locate the source of the sound. Do you think it sounds like a growl or purring? Not good. You don't want to mess up with some forest predator. Wolf down. Take to your heels or check the thicket carefully. I believe with wolves, aren't you supposed to stand your ground, or is that bears? I know. There's in the monster. There's an animal that is best to stand your ground, right? I'm gonna take to my heels here. I could be wrong about this. You lift the last branch and retreat as quiet as you can. Why tempting fate? Okay, so we didn't search it. We just decided to book. Perfect. And all we found was 3 sticks for our problems. So not so good right there, right? Average danger level, insignificant. Let's jump over to insignificant then. And 1 action point, so we're getting low on her regard in terms of sending her back. There's also a loss probability. If you're out there too long, they could get lost and not come back, so that's something else we have to take care of here. Ooh, this is a good one. Ooh, nice. We got 8 berries and the needles. Yo, this right here was the haul we were looking for, boys. Plenty, and now we can kind of just farm this over and over. Berries in particular is very good, so you know what? Give it another search here. This is the one we'll probably empty out. Oh, come on!
Congratulations, you played yourself.
So, first and foremost, here you go, buddy. Have some berries. There you go. We're off of red here for now. Let's go off and build a shelter. So, this is gonna be, I would say, you. along with you. Make it happen. Action! No! This character has a small chance of failure of any action, loss of AP, but not the resource. So he lost the AP, but not the resource? Oh, okay, that's good. Let's give it another try. Should I maybe? You know what? Get out of here, you scumbag. You're weak, but you have company. Please. Okay, it seems like it's gonna work. Alright, so now we'll have at least some shelter to get people rested. We also gotta put those barricades up as well. Mender. This character has a chance to recover AP from the repair of camp structures or tools. Okay. And a tailor. This character sews perfectly and has a chance to recover AP while making clothes in the sack. Good stuff. Alright, we have our makeshift bed now. Very good. Alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here for this one. This does take a little while doing all these actions, explaining everything, so we're out of time. Hopefully you enjoyed it. This is, There Will Come Help tomorrow. If you want to see a bit more, let me know in the comments by leaving a thumbs up. Otherwise, as I mentioned, free demo. Check it out for yourselves. Comes out, I believe, the full game spring this year. I'll catch you next time.